everyone. So this video I'll be walking you guys through on how to implement vertical and horizontal scrolling on your Figma UI UX designs. For example, in this case I have a perfectly great example that I have found, and I made it for this particular video as well for your lesson. So what I can do in this particular design here is just basically it's a Figma design. Basically, it's Instagram. It's a basic Instagram app UI, which is just directly coming from here, which is the actual design. So you can see everything here is actually I mean, like a component. I mean, we just made it using Figma. I mean, solely on Figma, by the way. Everything is here is actually like editable. So yeah, as you can see, I can literally just drag it. Yeah, I can just make it something like this also. Okay, so let's give you a demo on what will we be learning in this particular video. So first of all is basically vertical scrolling. So as you can see here, I can actually just scroll like this, like vertically. Yeah, that's the basic idea. So as you can see, this is just simple basic vertical scrolling. I mean, this is just super basic. And also there's also one more thing that we would be learning is that there's horizontal scrolling as well. So horizontal scrolling is basically where we scroll from right to left, right? Okay, something like this and something like that. Okay, so basically this is the basic. I'm gonna walk you guys through on this basic idea on how to actually implement vertical and horizontal scrolling in Figma. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see here, I have an empty Figma project. So all I have to do just to get started, let's go to frame, and of course I'll be choosing iPhone 14 as usual, the latest one. And okay, let's get started with vertical scrolling first. So vertical scrolling needs to be having a, how do you say, like a content, right? Like let's say you need to have something to scroll up and down, right? You can't be just having a page alone does not won't be enough. Okay, so I like to make this to be the background also. Let's make this to design. Let's give some gray, some kind of gray like this, not so dark. And of course I like to make the background be a bit darker to have a tag, I mean, how to say, like contrast between the background and the foreground. So we have the background here. So let's add some element. So in this case, I'll be adding like this. So as you can see, this is like the first thing that to be added. It's like the first. It's like in Instagram just now I told you we have the first post here, right? So we're gonna create a post like this and make sure it actually fits. And let's just make it horizontal. I mean, align it to the center. As you can see, this actually fits within the frame. You can also make it like this. Okay. And the next thing is, of course, we're gonna have some text on top here. For example, in this case, I'll just say hello. I mean, yeah, it can be anything. Okay, so this is the text on top of here. This will be, I mean, this is gonna be the text on top, and I have to have some text at the bottom also. This is gonna be 20, or you can actually make it even more smaller, something like this. So as you can see, this is just a simple, like how to say, like a skeleton, right? Skeleton of of how an IG post would look like. I mean, this is not an actual skeleton even. So it's just some basic component that we can actually make. Okay, as you can see, I just made something like this. So as you can see, I would like to make everything to yeah, I like to make these three, I mean, all these elements that we just did, which is I like to make it even more smaller. This stuff here, just gonna make this as a post. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to make all of this to be a single component. So I like to group all of this. Okay, so you can see everything here is actually it's one component. So I like to make it already made a group like this. So of course, so then let's make another post like this. For example, I like to make a copy of this. Okay, so once I make a copy of this, I get to have multiple set of posts so that I'll be able to scroll down and scroll up. And let's make another one. Okay, so as you can see, I made like 3 posts already. So what I like to do is that I like to select all these 3 groups, and I like to add it as an auto layout. As you can see here, I mean, let me just zoom it. Sorry, let me just zoom the file, As you can see here, I would like to have all this tree to be in a group, in one group. Just make it group selection. Okay, all you do is just select the group that we have just made, and yeah, just make it okay. Just make sure you have selected it and go to add layout. Sorry, auto layout. And by adding auto layout, you'll be having it into like a it's like a perfectly aligned in terms of they having the same consistent gap in between them. So you don't have to manually set the gap. So what you do, just copy. Take the whole frame and just paste it inside the screen, and there you go. Now you have a couple of posts just like just like the Instagram app we just made. Okay, so now next thing is that let's make it let's make it scrollable. Okay, so in order to make this thing to be scrollable, we need to make sure we set a certain properties to this particular frame, the main iPhone 14 frame. So you need to just go to prototypes here and just add scrolling and change it to vertical scrolling. Okay, so now what is happening is that we just made this thing to be able to scroll vertically. So let's give it a test and let's go to here. Okay, now we already have this thing because we are in the prototype session. This is the prototype screen, by the way, so you must be able to do like something else. Okay, now right now this is how the vertical scrolling will be able to be implemented. Okay, the next thing is that let's add the following step, which is to add horizontal scrolling. So let's move it a bit to the bottom here, and that horizontal scrolling will be having a couple of stuffs. For example, of course, first of all, we need to be having a group, a frame like this. Let's put a frame, because a frame will be able to make up the space that is required to make it scrollable horizontally. And the next thing is that let's add some let's make it here first. Let's make it like a circle, and make sure this frame is still here, and let's make it a circle like this. And just make another circle, and just make sure you make like 5. And before that, let's make everything to be in one group. And once you made it into one group, just go to design and add them as an auto layout. And as you can see here, auto layout will be really fantastic. As you can see here, all you do just need to copy and paste. Control V, Control C, and Control V, and it just adds up to my right hand side. So that's how easy it is to use auto layout. So this is really able to save me a lot of time. And the next thing is to do actually, you just need to copy this. In this case I just cut this particular element, and I'll be just clicking on this, and I'll be just pasting directly inside here. Okay, so what I'll be doing here, I'll just making it like this. Okay, and I have to make this frame here, the frame 5 we have just made, the frame to be let's go to prototype, must be scrollable, and it has to be horizontal scrolling. Okay, so let's go to our let me just bring it a bit more to the bottom. Let's bring it to the bottom like this. Okay, and there you go. Now you're able to scroll to your right and scroll to your left, and that's it. That's how vertical and horizontal scrolling are made. And there are also certain things that we should be also learn without not just scrolling, and there are certain rules of scrolling. Like for example, let's say we happen to have, let me just go to just select this particular not navigation bar, by the way. And let's have a particular navigation bar like this. So this is a navigation bar, and this is usually placed at the bottom of your screen, particular frame, and then you are able to select this. Okay, now as you can see here, you have not done anything yet, right? So as you can see here, when you scroll down, it comes together with the post, because it's like connected. So in order to avoid this, we must be able to, there's a, like, how to say, really a cool way to do this. For example, we don't need to have, we can actually just fix it to this position even when it's scrolling. So that's why we have this particular option here, keep object in place when scrolling in prototype. So just select this, and then you are done. Now as you can see here, it always stays at the bottom here, no matter how long how much you have scrolled at the bottom. And as you can see here, you can't see the screen here, right? You can't see the content of the last post, right? Like you have to just pull it up, and it just retracts to the bottom, right? What do? You just, now this is a frame, right? Just make this frame to be a bit more wider. this frame, but you are able to make it uh, yeah, make it a bit more wider. It won't be an issue. Okay, so you can see here now I am able to make it, bring it up and bring it down like I can see the whole content like this. Okay, the next thing is that I think we have covered most of the parts. And the next thing is, of course, we need to be having the top navigation bar as well. Let's go to our assets and just not assets, sorry, page one. I happen to have this Instagram logo and other buttons here. So what I'll be doing here is that I'll be pasting it here as well. And when I go to our page, it actually works also, because yeah, you know why? Because the fixed position when scrolling property is actually selected. And yeah, that's it. We have just covered the whole idea of the basic ideas of how to actually implement scrolling. And that scrolling is really helpful for your, I mean, most probably for your mobile, and in most cases of web app as well. So thank you guys for watching this video till the end, and I hope you're able to get whatever the lessons that I've been teaching you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let's meet up in the next video. Bye.